you live, you know, around your own family and your own energy, you know.
Facts.
I'm just coming from Africa, and although it's a great experience, I'm just happy to be here. You know, right now they locked down, and it's just better for me to be home right now. So I'm grateful I was able to get a flight back home before everything got locked down.
Yeah, yeah. That's what's up. That's a blessing, man.
Good to see you,
ready?
man. We ready to go. Everything is recording. Set it off, crew.
Yeah, you know the vibe. Stuff P, Fukkk out of here. Sonny Brown, Fukkk out of here. You know, tune into the Fukkk out of here podcast. You know the vibe. You ain't fucking with us. We ain't fucking with you. I know what you do. Fukkk out with you. It's only love for the crew. And homie, that ain't you. Fukkk out of here. Change over, Lord, then let me show you the door. Fukkk out of here. That shit whack in the whack. Put it back in the bag, cause we ain't fucking with that. Fukkk out of here. I don't care that you ain't fucking with me. Fukkk out of here. Stuff busy. Pass me the trees. Cause we don't need permission. We ain't asking to eat. When it's down from West, when it brought it back to the east. Spread love, break bread. You don't want us to beast. You don't want us back in the street. Clapping the heat. That's world. Sean Franks with a capital P. Whack balls, trash. They the fuck from me. Cause you a G. Getting questioned by the police and judge. You won't quit my whole place, don't even buzz. We drink to get the sun. No, you can't hit the bud. You screwing up. What? Fish don't even buzz. Cause this man never taking the beef with the dub. Or get close to the blood. Unless you fight the body, them the daughter in the gun. If you think gonna spin buzz, I'll be deep in the gun. You ain't fucking with us. I'm fucking with you. I know what you can do. Fukkk out of here. You know I'm coming with a few. It's only love for the crew. Homie, it ain't you. Fukkk out of here. This thing go for the pros. If y'all ain't loving the Lord, then let me show you. That shit whacking.
Hey, yo, Nat, move your camera back a little bit so we can see you.
Smoking for 20. Fukkk out of here.
Oh, Cougar?
Nah, natural.
Fukkk out of here.
What's good?
Move your camera back a little bit so we can see you.
Fukkk out of here.
Move your camera back a little bit so we can see you.
Fukkk out of here. My niggas done the roof. Fukkk out of here. X Street Media. Fukkk out of here. Salute the Max, salute the Sosa. Fukkk out of here. Took the engineer Ed Rock. Fukkk out of here. Rest in peace, Sean P. Fukkk out of here. Bernadette and Rim. Fukkk out of here. Monster Nation and Short Shot. Fukkk out of here. Savage Sir Lavish. Tuesdays and Thursdays, fuck out of here. On Wednesday, 9 to 10, fuck out of here. We do interviews, fuck out of here. You ain't fucking with us, we ain't fucking with you. I know what you can do, fuck out of here. We only cool with a few, it's only love for the crew. And homie, it ain't you, fuck out of here. This ain't go for the pros. If you ain't loving the Lord, then let me show you the door. Fuck out of here. That shit whacking and whack. Put it back in the bag, cause we ain't fucking with that. Fuck out of here. So, I was giving it up. Fuck out of here. Tune in, man. Wednesdays at 10 p.m. 420 bacon face off. You know how we do it. Unscripted shit. You know what I mean? Give it to you raw, baby. Live and direct. All your A-listers, B-listers, C-listers. Come on. A to Z-listers. That's how we give it up, man. Nobody. I'm saying. Fuck out of here.
Thank you, Lord.
Yo, crew.
Let's cut this short. Yeah.
Yo, Kruger.
know why.
Alright?
Yeah. I'm going
What's good? Yo, it's the Fuck Out of Here podcast, quarantine edition. Tony Brand.
You're right, man. Fuck out of here.
Stuck
B.
Fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
DJ Kruger. Fuck out of here.
You know the vibes, know what I'm saying?
You know the vibes.
You know what I'm saying? This is the best way that you know that we out here being safe and trying to keep it healthy. You know what I'm saying?
Talk
to
us,
on Facebook Messenger. We got our own little show set up, the audio and all that. You know what I mean? So we about to interview a long-time childhood friend of mine.
Long time.
You know what I'm saying? Of ours. You know what I'm saying? Because we all from Brownsville. You know?
Brownsville.
But I got to take credit for this one because we was literally like around the corner from each other. You know what I'm saying? I mean, straight up childhood. This is like a childhood friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? From around the back, block fights, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And we used to come out each other's blocks and fight, all that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I know him as Herbie, but you know what I'm saying? The world know him as Natural. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say the last name right, Langdon?
Langdon, yeah. Natural Langdon.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Slim, I can't see your face.
I know, man.
Your whole head is cut off.
Long as they hear the voice and they know it's the shadow.
Fuck it, put the hood back then. You was looking like the Grim Reaper. Put the hood back. You looking like the Grim Reaper. No face. You looking like Kenny from South Park. Yo, word is gone right now in the building, as my man Stuck was saying, Stuck Beezy. We got filmmaker, director, world traveler, Globe Trotter, my man Natural Langdon. You know what I mean? Peace. Yo, thanks for coming in and thanks for sitting there with us. He set it off. I don't know if y'all remember. It was a movie out. Y'all probably ain't know who was doing the movie when the shit was coming or what, but when you heard the name, you was like, what? Bullets over Brownsville?
Yeah, you already know. You already know.
That's a fact.
I already know we've been representing Brownsville from the birth, you know? I know y'all. I was trying to think how long I know y'all, right? And the shit is crazy because it gotta be like I was giving it 35 years because Stuck ain't that old.
Yeah. I'm 42, man.
You 42, so I've been knowing y'all at least 40 years. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
And we've been running, you know, at least 35 years. You know what I mean? Where we was out functioning in the streets. You know what I mean?
On the ground.
Fact.
Yeah, on the ground. And where our families intertwine, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I was around the corner from Stuck. Me and your family lived my grandmom's and your family lived in the same building. You know what I'm saying?
Big up the 289 place.
You already know. You already know what it is. So I'm just happy to see y'all, you know, doing your thing. And you know, I'm thankful for y'all to just, you know, reach out to me, and I'm thankful to be here with y'all tonight. You know,
Bullets over Brownsville.
yeah, Bullets over Brownsville.
He heard you.
Reese saying what up?
What up, Reese? What up, baby? How you?
I love you, man.
I love you back, my brother. Respect, King.
Uh-huh.
Indeed.
You have to watch the interview, man.
Continue talking about his. Continue talking about his accolades, man. That's how
we gonna get to that. That's what we got it more loud for, man.
Yo, tell him don't walk in front of the camera with his robe on, man. For real.
Nah, but how's everything though, bro?
Yo, man, I'm blessed by the best, you know. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to be alive. You know, I'm using this time wisely, you know, although we're in self-quarantine, you know, although there's a virus going around, I'm recognizing the blessings that's happening. We're losing a lot of good people. We have to protect our health. Health is wealth. But at the same time, we got to use this time in order to think about what we want to do in the future, right? And start planting those seeds right now in order to manifest that to the best of our ability.
Yes, sir.
You know, we can't just be sitting back right now not using this time, because the whole thing is we've always been wishing for time.
Right.
Now we got it. So now we got to use it, you know?
Yeah, you can't be complacent. You cannot be complacent with it, man. Yo,
Nah.
that was well said. I appreciate that, because the people need to hear that. It's a great portion of them still not taking this shit seriously while they in it, let alone planning for when they out of it.
Yo, the whole thing is most people waiting for shit to go back to normal. If you're waiting for shit to go back to normal, you lost already. Shit gonna never be normal. And now is the time to figure out how to better yourself, your family, your community, your positioning in the world by how you come into the world, how you manifest yourself to the world is going to be able to make a change. If you're not willing to do that, then you're going to be lost, man. Lost in time.
Indeed. Yo, I wanted you to get into
This
like.
don't wake people up. If this shit here don't wake people up,
Ain't nothing gonna do it. This gonna do it. Cause every time something major happen, they talk that shit. Yo, for real, man. Right now, man. Yo, this year's my year. It ain't gonna, everything's gonna change. They talk that talk every time the year flip or something major happen, or cops start moving and start laying down more brothers and sisters. Yo, we ain't gonna take it no more. But right now,
Yo, the thing is this. We are worst enemies, man. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even talking about us like black on black stuff, right? I'm talking about self, right? So if you can't do the knowledge of yourself right now, if you ain't worth taking care of your family right now, your friends, the people around you in your community, then you ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you already letting that be known. If you worth it and you see the people around you worth it, then you got to put that work in. Stuck B, you said something like about a week or two ago where you was like, yo, we need to start cleaning up the buildings and the PJs. We need to start wiping things down. And somebody was like, yo, we supposed to do that already. You like, yeah, that's one time, but this is a pandemic right now. Like, I got old people in my building. You know what I'm saying? I got young people in my building, and people not receiving how serious this shit is right now.
Right.
Like, this life or death for us, right? Because we got a lot of health issues. We got a lot of systematic racism. We got a lot of things that's working against us. And if we don't acknowledge what's going on right now and make knowledge born, then it might be your grandmoms, your moms that's gone, you know? And most of us don't even have that anyway. Moms, grandmoms, that's already done for a lot of us, you know?
That's it.
I know that, and I want to say this to you. You know, I'm proud of you for holding things down. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is this: we gotta wake the fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And sometimes you gotta use this vernacular, right? These words. I have other words to use, but I gotta use the word fuck. Sometimes people don't understand that, right? They don't understand things other than certain terminology. So I must use that to put the emphasis on how serious this shit is.
Right. That's a fact.
Yo, we gotta love ourselves.
That's where it started.
Self-love is the key to this shit.
You can't love nobody else unless you loving yourself.
True indeed.
That's where it started. But I didn't want to spend too much time on the Rona situations. I already knew.
It's all good.
I already knew what these educated minds.
Why you calling for?
That's the
I'm about to hang up. I was just about to hang up.
I don't see no weed, son.
That shit was down, man.
Yo, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I'm already know how y'all gonna respond, but I don't give a fuck because I talk like a man. That was a little bit of extra saliva, know what I'm saying? You know how that happens and shit. Anyhow, though, I already knew with us being some of the most intelligent brothers that I know in my circle that we was gonna come on and touch on that. But I also wanted to really, now that we got our hands on you, I wanted to get into what your resume is like, man, and how'd you get it? How'd you get into filming? Touch on your first productions and then parlay it into what it is that you're doing now.
Man, how I got into film, and I think I started off with trying to do the music and stuff first, and poetry, and just being wanting to be in the entertainment field. Then I realized through storytelling, right, and through being an entrepreneur, and also having a vision for filmmaking, I realized that you could hire way more people on a film production and in the community than you can do in music. Right? Because on a production, you need people to sweep, you need people to clean, you need people to serve food, you need people to build sets, you need, and that's non-creative. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's many bodies that you can hire, And I started doing this shit over 25 years ago, right in Brownsville, trying to figure this shit out when there was nothing. Like, it was no cell phones, it was none of this technology where we could do this. So I sat many days in the library trying to figure this thing out. And there was no real solutions to this. So it took me, this whole time to just keep growing in this, and not giving up and being relentless, and having a community support, but also making my projects in the hood and giving opportunities. And then, over time you start realizing like, yo, this is a business. Right? There's a film business, and I started understanding the filmmaking part, but now had to go back to the business. Now the good thing is I've been an entrepreneur from a little shorty, packing bags, helping people to their car, giving out flyers or whatever we had to do to survive. And I just want to say this is why the pandemic is not hurting me right now, because I was already built and born for this. You know what I'm saying? Like from the ground up, the struggle, right? Understanding how to stretch a dollar, understanding how to cook a big pot of food, understanding how to, give myself a shape up, understanding how to survive during these times.
Indeed.
And a lot of us forgetting what we've learned. I had to go back to, certain cures and things that my grandmoms would give us when we were shorties. You know what I'm saying? These are things that we forgot and we done moved on from. But back to the filmmaking. Me and my partner Damon did it, which is my cousin. He's from Brownsville as well, Brownsville, East New York. We started making films, and we just been figuring out along the way, man. And along that stuff, this is the thing you don't know. 1 year I had moved away from Brownsville, came back, and your brother was going on tour. And we were talking at Rockaway train station, and he was telling me how he was going to other countries and all this shit. And I'm like, oh, I'm state to state. I'm hustling, I'm grinding, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get my paper right in order to do the film stuff. And I told him, I'm going to see other countries too. You know what I'm saying? And when I was young, I traveled to other countries, but it was mostly the West Indies.
Right.
And your brother was telling me about like going to Europe and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, word is born. I'm gonna go to Europe too. You know what I'm saying? And I told him this, before he passed. Like, yo, you sparked something in me, to want to be able to go and see the world too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Expand from out of the United States.
True indeed. So, and I told him this from my heart while he was here. You know what I'm saying? How he made an impact in what I'm doing around the world. And also growing up in the hood, growing up in Brownsville, you start realizing like there's a universal hood around the world, right?
Right.
And I wanted to just be able to touch the people and, put a camera in their hands, just like I put cameras in so many kids' hands in New York, Jersey, Philly, throughout the U.S. I started wanting to do that in Africa and different places around the world. And we've been able to collectively and collaboratively make this happen.
Fact.
We watching you from long range, man. Saluting you heavy. You know what I mean? I brag, even though we don't speak regular, I brag about you regular. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know too, man. I took pictures of your page that I didn't even share yet. Like I'm just one. Me and Thunny Brown is just like pretty much the same. Like we don't like when we see shit, we just don't post it up right then and there. You know what I'm saying? It's just a special moment for me, man. And like from the pictures and stuff, man, you definitely traveling the damn world, man. Right.
Yeah. It's a blessing, you know. I believe though, like it's just part of my calling. You know what I'm saying? Because some people just move, and I just move where the creator tell me to go. You know what I'm saying? So there's a little difference in that. I'm moving around the world for solo. You know what I mean?
Yo, let me ask you this though.
Yeah.
When did the transition change? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you know we all was in the hood, like street, like we was like,
Yeah.
like how did you bounce from not being a product of the environment? What made you change? Like when did that start?
How did you make that decision to go left at the fork in the road? What helped you to make that decision?
Yeah, when niggas shooting at you and you shooting and doing stupid shit, you hustling and doing shit, you know what I mean? Like, you got to make a decision. Like, do I want to take, you know, do I want to be a gun boy? Do I want to be a so-called real nigga and all that shit? Or do I want to show and prove who I am to my community and I could really make a change and a difference, you know what I mean? And I realize ain't no future in fronting. Like, I don't got to try to front for nobody. I just got to be myself and show up in my divine self, and great shit gonna happen. You know, so I'm not caught up in who think what about me, or if I'm a real this and real that. You know, like I realize most people that's talking that thug shit is stuck on their block, right? And I wanted to see the world, right? So in order to see the world, I had to face my fears, face my own self, and then once I was able to do that, I was able to now, you know, move off the block and go see the world. You know what I mean? Because it takes a certain type of courage that we all have. See, the thing is this. I'm able to do certain things because I come from where I'm coming from, because I've had the experience of I had, you know? And I just channeled it differently, you know? And I have to say this too, is really a testament to my moms. Y'all all had good mothers, you know what I'm saying? And although we were in the streets doing certain things, we all still not those dudes, you know what I mean? When I say those dudes, like going to jail every week and coming back, and you know, we good dudes that just grew up in the hood, you know what I'm saying?
Fact.
Now we know how to protect ourselves. You know the codes of the streets. We know how to respect our families. We know these things. You know what I mean? But I just made a choice that I was going to be me, and I was grateful that things got hectic and I was able to move out the hood and see things differently and have mentors and just a natural progression. You know?
That's what's up.
And I'm always challenging myself. You know, and also the lessons of the gods and nerfs. You know what I'm saying? Because I had knowledge of self. I have knowledge of self. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And when you got knowledge of self, you could challenge yourself to do things that you probably wouldn't normally do. Right? You're able to face your fears. Right? So most people fronting hard and tough because they're afraid. I was able to let that shit go and just be.
All right.
Fact.
Yo, one of the other things I wanted to touch on too is like, you know, some people don't know what it takes to put a video together, let alone the work that it takes to put a video production together, as opposed to the work that it takes to put a film together. Now you already know what's involved in both. What type of work ethic and what type of things go into place when putting something like that in motion abroad, overseas, in Thailand, in Africa? How does that come to play, B?
Man, you know, I always love filming and shooting videos. And the thing is this, I came up in a different time. You know, Cats was getting $1 million budget when I started doing this, you know, and it was hard to get that money. But if you was you was getting $1 million, 100,000, you know, you was getting paper to do this thing. And I wanted to be a part of that, but I realized quickly that you got to be self-sufficient. You got to be willing to put the work in. You know, I started off getting coffee. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when I got coffee, I got you your coffee that you liked. I started sweeping floors. When I swept the floors like I was making a video. You see what I'm saying? So I built integrity. I built a good work ethic. And then I realized, like, yo, they're going to have me giving them coffee and sweeping floors. And I was already a filmmaker. I had a movie out while other cats was, I had a movie out, you know, on sets already sweeping floors. But I already made a film that all these dudes that was getting this bread, they never made a movie. I already made a movie. You know what I'm saying? But I was still humble. I was still trying to figure things out because although I made a movie, I didn't really understand what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Because lack of knowledge, lack of environmental support, lack of community support because, you know, people didn't believe you could do this. So I just figured this. I would take my time. I would work harder than everybody else on the set. I would be respectful. I would be humble. But at the same time, I would keep my vision knowing that I'm a director. And I realized nobody's going to give me nothing to direct. So what I have to do, I have to write the movie, right? I have to produce the video. And when I realized all the budgets was leaving here in the U.S. and all that, I'm already traveling overseas. I just was like, look, it's time to start collaborating and building a different vision for myself that separate me from other people, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Find your niche. Find what you do best and make it happen, you know? And I want to say that's the thing I like about what y'all doing, right? Because it's no different. Y'all found your niche. Y'all communicating and talking to a certain demographic of people. Yeah, it's going to expand outside of your targeted demographic, but y'all speaking to a certain group of people by even using the word "fuck out of here" podcast.
Right.
You understand? That already speaks to a specific group of people that can understand what that means and relate. And that's relatable to what y'all doing, you know?
Right.
And I use the same approach. You know, now I had to learn and grow and also diversify because I realized, like, this is a global world we living in. See, when you're thinking about the coronavirus, it ain't only hit China, the U.S., Italy, it's hitting the world.
Whole world.
Right? So now you realize that we're all connected globally, even if you never thought about it before. This show and prove that we're connected. This video that we're doing right now is global.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is bigger. This is bigger than the hood, right? Because it's connecting hoods around the world. And when you understand that and you understand your power, then you can understand, like, yo, I can utilize my platform to do something great.
Right.
And that's all I wanted to do. You know?
Got you.
That's all I'm striving to do, because it's not even like I'm doing it now. Like I'm living my dream, I'm living my truth, but at the same time, I'm striving to do even more.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. You definitely doing it too, man. You can't salute.
I appreciate that.
Yo, go ahead, Donnie. That's it. Nah, you go ahead.
All I was saying is that we can't salute him and commend him enough. That's all I was saying. Go ahead, Beezy.
Oh no, that's a fact, man. That's an absolute fact, man. And I just want to just say that you are, to me, in my eyes, you are the realest dude in Brownsville.
I love you, man.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you want to know why I say you so real with it, bro?
Why is that?
Because you went to Africa and you was over there taking pictures or filming with lions, my G.
Yo.
That's gangster, son. Ain't nobody from Brownsville say they did that, bro. I was trying to save
that to last, B. That shit is like
fuck that, man. You talking about all that, man. That's why I said, go ahead, Sonny. But I just wanted to let you know, man, you the real gangster of Brownsville for that right there, bro.
Yo, you know what's interesting? Yo, we all lions. We grew up lions, right? Then there's hyenas, there's jackasses, there's fucking, the lambs, right? And sometimes you could be the lamb and the lion. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the circumstances. So sometimes I show up as the lamb, sometimes I show up as the lion, never the hyena, never the jackass. You know what I'm saying? You know what's so funny though? I'm gonna say this. Sometimes I'm the jackass too, because you know what? The joke could be on you. Like you think you're showing up in the world one way, and other people are already plotting on you another way, and you don't realize it. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
So we have to be mindful of how we show up in the world, but also I feel like this. If you ain't challenging yourself, if you're not trying to face your fears, if you're not trying to grow, if you're not trying to be an example to the people that look up to you and love you and support you, then you need to try to figure out your next moves in life,
Right.
I walked with the lions, my G, but I was scared. But I did that shit afraid.
And that's what I wanted
That's
to touch.
the difference.
That's what I wanted to touch on too. Yo, Nat, you got your phone sideways?
I can do it sideways.
Yeah, throw your phone sideways, bro. Get in the box. Yeah. Yo, check it out. What I wanted to touch on, like, I seen the same shit that Beezy was seeing. I was in here showing my people, like, yo, you see this? This my man. I know this guy. I grew up with him. He's like, you know.
Yo, I was screaming. I was like,
yo, the wild shit is, everything was looking cool. I watched this shit. Everything was looking cool. Some was real poised. He had on his garb. He was real easy. Bent down by the lions. And as I'm seeing it and watching it, he started remarking on it in the tape. The lion growled and said, yo, hold on. Let me not move too fast. Let me get into this. And then he started narrating the whole joint that we seeing. And he's like, yo, listen, I ain't gonna act like I wasn't scared. I was scared. But the most important part of this and any other situation is to get past your fear, to move forward.
True indeed.
That was Jules right there. I mean, y'all just heard of Jules. He gave the Jules, and for those of y'all that don't know what Jules is when somebody that is giving you pertinent and important information that you can live by. This is Jules.
True indeed.
Right. Take heed.
Yeah. You know, the thing is this. I could have showed me walking with the lions. I could have showed me hugging them and like, yeah, but I had to show you too, like, the real shit, I was afraid. You know what I'm saying? When the lion started roaring, I'm like, oh shit. Like, that's before I even saw it. My heart sunk. I'm like, yo, do you want to do this? Like, you ain't got nothing to prove. You know? but the thing about it was this. You know, I believe in doing things afraid. Yo, we grew up in an era of crack. We grew up in an era of guns. We grew up in an era of, you know, you getting bum rushed and niggas stomping you out and all that, right? And the thing is this, we had to deal with that, right? You had to deal with it. You be afraid, but it's like, yo, you can't stay in the house all day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you gotta be able to step. You gotta be able to step up. You know, and even if you're afraid, you gotta still be able to walk with the lions, right? So it's really a metaphor of how we grew up. You know what I mean? And so I had to walk with the lions figuratively in real life, right? And that was just for me, stating the fact that I can roll with the best of them, but I got respect, you know, for all living things, but especially the lions, you know what I mean? Yes, and we all lions in our own right. And the thing I realized about traveling and moving around the world is this: we all just want respect.
That's
Put some respect on my name. Like I done seen gangsters all around the world, through Africa, through Asia, through Europe, right? And the thing is this: if you come with respect, you come with love, you know, they recognize that. If you come with fear, and if you come in trying to, you know, have a come up on somebody, they recognize that too.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know? So my whole thing is I could walk with any pack. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
And still stand on my square and be myself, right? So when I'm going to Africa, I'm not acting like I'm some African dude from there. You know, I'm from Brownsville. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm just coming with some love and respect, and we gonna build. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yo, one last thing about the whole Africa and the walking with the lions before we start asking some other questions.
Yeah.
Like, while you was walking with the lions, now even in my mind, I be watching mad nature shows, and then I recognize a nature show, the Royal Safari, to when people be on the reserve somewhere and the animals is tame, and I be like, I could probably do that. I could probably walk with them or buy them. And as I see you doing this shit, I see some other shit. So you walking with the lions, and I'm like, yeah, I could do that. You walking behind the lions. Then you grab the tail and start fucking with the tail. I said, what is he doing? Yeah. Why is he grabbing the tail? Who suggested that?
That's
How
the
did
first
that happen?
sign of death.
Who suggested that happened?
The whole thing is this: the dudes that's there, right, maintaining everything, and that's familiar with the lions, the breeders, the people that's like around, right, African brothers, that's with the lions every day. They like, look, if you're not scared and the lion's gonna respect you, grab the tail and you walk with them like that, so you show them that you in charge, right? Because somebody got to be in charge of the pack. You know, they all lions, but somebody's the leader. So if they not walking me and I'm not walking them, somebody got to be in charge. So they're like, look, if either they're going to walk you or you're going to walk them, grab the tail of the strongest one. So I grabbed the male tail, right? Because he's the biggest. And then I start leading the pack like that. And then everybody else going to fall in line. That's a jewel.
Yes, sir.
You know? Think about it. It's always that one dude that everybody respect him for whatever reason, right? And if as long as he's respecting you in this world, then you good, right? Because he just got soldiers, right? They just respecting him. But as long as he respects you, then you understand what it is. Now, what he does is this. He gonna send the flunky, the least one in the pack to try to prove and see who you are, right? Because he don't want to be exposed. So when you grab him by his shit, everybody know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I learned that in the learning room at Westinghouse when you got to put your hands on niggas.
That only go with the other one of the other major rules of the street. Yo, if it go down and you're outnumbered, the biggest, the strongest, him first.
Exactly. But but for me, I wanted to establish dominance, but at the same time give up the utmost respect because I'm not stupid. I know in one swipe, it doesn't matter what I say or do, it's over.
It's over.
You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to establish that, like, yo, I'm part of the pack. I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? You the leader, right? But I'm leading this walk. Right? Yes, because look, you the leader, I'm the leader, right? But at sometimes we all can't talk at the same time because nobody gonna be heard. We all can't walk at the same time because we're gonna be bumping into each other. You know what I mean? So it has to be order in things.
Yes.
Right? And order just concludes respect. If we don't have respect for each other, then we all trying to be at the same place at the same time doing the same thing. That's chaos.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's no disrespect. It's just like this. We respect each other enough to recognize our place at that moment. Not that one is greater than the other. Is that, look, I'm going to respect you enough to give you your moment, and you're going to respect me enough to give me my moment, and then we'll all have moments collectively to show and prove who we all are.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. Now, before we got to Africa, I was seeing other photos and footage. It looked like you was in Thailand.
Yeah, I was in Thailand, yes.
Now, while you was in Thailand, you was doing some of the same things, mingling with the animal folks and you know what I mean? The whole animal species, the animal kingdom.
Yeah, the tigers,
elephants and such. I know the elephant is sacred out there. At the same time, I seen something that I was expecting to be able to watch. It looked like you was working on a martial arts flick, B. Is that happening?
Nah, so I've been working on different projects as I'm moving about. I was not working on the actual martial arts flick. What happened was in Brazil, I was working on a martial arts flick, but it was dealing with the martial arts of capoeira. In Thailand, I was dealing with Tai Chi, Buddhism, and things of that nature, right? Hiking,
Muay Thai.
But in Thailand, but in Brazil, I actually shot my latest film called Nikita, and Nikita is about a 15-year-old blind girl who has to save her family from the criminal underworld utilizing martial arts.
Right.
So her father trained her to be martial arts. Yeah, so the thing is this. The film is out in terms of being shown. We've won several festivals. So right now, we're about to put it out to the people. Actually, before this whole Corona thing popped off, it was about to be out, like, just for everybody to be able to rent and all that. And I didn't really feel comfortable figuring... not that I didn't feel comfortable. I just wanted it to show up in a space where it could be received and it wasn't like all the stuff going on, you know what I mean? Right. And right now we all dealing with financial issues, you know, and different things. So it's like My plan has always been to pay what you can, right? And I'm trying to figure out how to set up the platform for that. Because I want everybody to see it and I want people to support it. So if you got $1, if you got $20, whatever, you know what I mean? But I'm just trying to set up the platform for that.
Gotcha.
No, we definitely going to support that. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, one love.
Without a question.
And we shot that in Brazil, Bahia, Brazil. And I wanted to say this about Brazil that we don't know. And this the thing about traveling is like you realize so many beautiful brown people around the world that look like you, talk like you, walk like you, act like you, but they act like it's not there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you think of Brazil, you don't think about people that look like you. And trust me, it's more people that look like you in Brazil that don't.
I know. I seen the City of Guards.
Yeah, you know, but City of Guards show you one aspect of it, and that was also shot in Rio, and I was out there. I was in that hood actually.
Okay.
You know, but there's places where it's like crazy hood and crazy black and crazy beautiful, you know?
Yeah.
All at the same time. Man. Got you.
And they love you. And they love you though. That's the thing. Like, yo, they love you. They love our culture. Like, you gotta realize our culture. And I'm saying our culture in terms of being like African American now. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because we have people say we don't have no culture, which is not true. We have culture, and the thing that transpired around the world was hip hop. Like you was talking about Thailand. When I walked through Thailand and I walk up in the spot, hip hop playing. Cardi B was playing when I first touched down in Vietnam. Whoa. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and I started thinking they was doing that just because I was there. But then I thought about it, I'm like, nah, they was rocking this before I walked in.
Right.
I came into it.
Like they know the exact time you was gonna walk.
Nah. They didn't even know I was black. You know what I'm saying? Right. Until I showed up, but they was already rocking Cardi B and singing it. I said, "Oh shit, this shit crazy right now." You know what I'm saying? But we don't recognize our power. We don't recognize our ability to affect and change the whole world. Like the whole world following what we doing.
That's a fact. I started catching on when I found out that, you know, the peoples had stole every form of music from us originally. They started putting things like that in my mind, like we need to stand up and own this.
It's real. It's real. But the thing with that, which I won't get into all the politics, is we don't own nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't even own the right sort of to your likeliness. Like you don't own yourself. You know what I'm saying? Especially once you start making these deals, like you a product of somebody else or something else or an entity. Right now, we're all products of the government. You know what I'm saying? Like they own us in one way, shape, or form. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
So we gotta realize our uniqueness. We gotta realize our power. We gotta realize what we're bringing into this world, right? And we gotta do better. And the thing is this: we don't just do better, like show up doing better. We have to get more knowledge. We have to share more information with each other. We have to not try to be like crabs in a barrel, bringing each other down. We got to get rid of the jealousy, envy, the hatred, right? Because at the end of the day, we all in the hood, and like I don't have no more than you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Once we start realizing that and realizing that the power and the force that we are in the world, then we could do great things and get this paper and be able to build our communities, you know? Yes, most people looking to get out of their community. We should be building our community. If you think about it, everybody else is buying into our community or selling us something.
Because they see the value. They know the value.
They see the value in us. They know the value in us. We just don't know the value in ourselves.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We don't know how great we are, but everybody else in the world does. And they want to keep that from you.
Right.
You know?
Yo, so
yeah.
No, I was about to go ahead if you got something to add on.
No, I don't got nothing to add on. I'm just here. You know?
Anybody from the team?
Yeah, you know, I've been trying to rock with y'all for a minute, and you know, getting down to the studio, this, that, the other. So you know what? I'm gonna say this again now. I'm thankful that this stuff is happening because now we have a chance to just build.
Yes,
You know what I'm
sir.
saying? And we all in the comforts of our own space, but we still have the technology and also the willingness to try to communicate with each other.
Right.
Yeah, that's one of the
What you
other
think about
things.
what you think about the technology? You think is good?
I think anything is good used right. I think things are bad when it's not used right. You know what I'm saying? It's like this. It all depends on who hands it's in, right? Because something that's good for you, right, in the wrong person's hands, it could be horrible. So I just think, look, this is a perfect opportunity for us to just add on and build, right? Now you put the same technology in somebody else's hands, it's the perfect opportunity for them to destroy.
Yes, sir.
So it's all about what you do with anything, But I'm grateful for the technology because if not, I couldn't check on my family a certain way. We couldn't show up in the world a certain way. You know what I mean? I couldn't shoot a certain way. I couldn't show young kids around the world how to utilize the cameras and the technology a certain way. So this is all a blessing, but I also recognize that it's the curse too.
Yeah.
Many of us going to be sick and have to go through things, because of technology, and it's just a fact.
Got you. Yo, man.
This is all new.
Brand new. I mean, we make it. We living in history. We living through history right now. Everything is.
Right now we creating history, bro. I want to say thank you for having me on your show once again. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because for me, this is a part of my legacy. Like when I'm speaking to other people, I'm not going to be talking to them like this because the rapport is not there. The audience that I'm trying to communicate this message to won't be there. You know what I mean? And it's not that I'm being fake. What it is you got to be swift and changeable, but always remainable. I'm always myself no matter where I go, right? But you have to have the wherewithal, the knowledge or information to be able to communicate with different people in a different way where they can understand.
Yes, sir.
Great.
Well said. Man. We once again, man, like how you said, it took a little work to get here, but we here. You know what I mean? And we happy to be here.
We here.
Shit, baby.
Yeah. I just think of us all being shorties. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I'm happy right now. And the reason is this: we all come a long way. We got a long way to go, but at the same time, we showing up in the world as we are right now. You know what I mean? And this is a beautiful thing. We here to talk about it. You know?
Sir. Yeah.
We here to spread whatever our message is. You know what I mean? Like y'all have a platform to spread a message. I'm not saying everybody got to show up positive and this and that and the other. I'm saying show up as your authentic self, and it will connect and resonate with somebody else that needs to hear what you got to say.
Most definitely. And on that note, man, we got filmmaker, director, world traveler, Natural Langdon in the building, a fellow Brownsvillian. Let them know where they need to find you at and what they need to tune into from you.
All right, so you can hit me at naturallangdon.com. Also at Natural Langdon on all social media. And I'm working. You know what I'm saying? Like my goal right now is to create a TV show I want to say this too. Growing up in the hood, sometimes you struggling with going to school and you might think you dumb and all this stuff. That's not the case. What it is that the educational system is not built or structured in a way that hits everybody the same way. Right? So it's not that you dumb. You might just learn different.
Yeah.
Right? You might just understand different. You might just comprehend different. Right? But I'm saying this. Believe in yourself. Have the ability to think and visualize yourself being in the place you want to be, and then utilize the educational system to benefit you in a way. Like I just went back to school after 20 years and just got my I got my bachelor's within the last 4 years, and I got my master's degree in the last 4 years, right? One love, I appreciate it. But this is the thing, they counted me out, right? Said I wasn't smart enough to do this, that, and the other, and they make me believe it.
Bro?
The world will count you out. Your teachers, you ain't have a teacher that tell you that you wasn't shit, that you was stupid, that you wouldn't be this, that, or the other. You're not smarter than your sister. You're not smarter than your brother. You're not, like these are the things that they try to instill in us. And I'm saying this, it's not that. What I learned was I needed to focus more. I needed to ask for help which as men, we have a hard time asking for help. Right?
Yeah.
Because our ego won't allow us to ask for help because it make us think that we're not good enough, we're not smart enough, we're not strong enough, right?
Yeah.
And I'm saying this, you ain't supposed to ask the wrong people for help. Figure out who the right people are and ask for help. And then when they help you, be willing to show up and do the work.
Indeed.
And if you're willing to show up and do the work, then you will be successful. I wanted to say that though because I believe it ain't about me going back to college and all that because I was already doing my thing, right? But I realized that does help. That brings about a different network. That also introduces you to different systems, you know? And after 20 joints, I'm happy to say like, yo, yeah, I went back. I was able to obtain something that my mother visualized for me.
Yes.
That was her only goal. And she never pushed me because although she wanted me to go to college and all that, like she probably didn't even believe that was going to be possible. You know what I'm saying? It was just something that a teenage mother wanted for her kid, you know?
Yeah, like trying to give your kid a car.
And to show up. And to show up in the world and not only produce that result for her, which was the first one, but the second one was for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, hold on, nah. I could go past this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm saying like we all equipped to do whatever our dream is. Some people dream is not to get a college degree or whatever. Cool. Just do something that pushes yourself forward in life, right?
Yeah.
I believe that most kids need to learn a trade, right? Learn to, you know, they done took all types of stuff out of the education system, which we see now is called essential workers.
Right.
All the things that they said is essential right now is the things they took out of the school system,
Right.
which was the things that we excelled at, right? So they took it away. And now you realize this is the thing that make the world go round.
All of that.
Yeah.
Yo,
I ain't here to preach. I ain't here to teach. I'm just here to say I love y'all, man. You know what I'm saying?
They got it.
I'm just building, man.
Listen, they gonna take it from you or one of us before they take it from somebody else. So you know what I mean? Give it to them however they gotta get it. You know what I mean?
We worthy. That's what I want to say. Love yourself. We worthy. It don't matter where you come from. I'm from Brownsville, Brooklyn. Brownsville Projects, 350 Blake Avenue, apartment 3E. You know what I'm saying? 289 Blake Avenue. You already know. Like, we out here. And the thing is this. Most people going to try to utilize where they think you from or what you about to try to trick you into believing that you're not enough. And I'm telling you, you're more than enough. You are what God created on this earth. You are the best part of life. You are connected to the most high in the most way. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you something wonderful and special, and believe it or not, the whole world is looking at you to try to figure out what they're gonna do next.
Yo, man, it was great talking to you, man. We appreciate you coming through and giving it to us again in the people's, man, in royal fashion, as a king should. You know what I mean? Thank you for tuning in. Everybody that's locked in with us. You know what I mean? Natural Langdon. Make sure you go support everything he dealing with. New things coming. The man is working. Yo,
we out here, man. One love. I appreciate you, brothers. Thanks for having me. And peace and love.
Peace.
Love you, my dude.
Love you. Peace. Peace.
Take us out of here, Crow.
Yeah, you know the vibe.
Hold up.
Stuff G, Fukkk out of here. Sonny Brown, Fukkk out of here. You know, tune in to the Fukkk out of here podcast. Look, Bob, you ain't fucking with us. We ain't fucking with you. I know what you could do. Fukkk out of here. We only cool with a few. It's only love for the crew.
And homie, that ain't you.
Fukkk out of here. Y'all ain't loving the Lord, then let me show you the door. Fukkk out of here. That shit whack in the back. Put it back in the back. Cause we ain't fucking with that. Fukkk out of here. I'm supposed to care that you ain't fucking with me. Fukkk out of here. Stuff busy. We got to the train. Cause we don't need permission. We ain't got to the east. When it's out from West, we're pulling 40 back to the east. bread, break
Yo,
bread.
we gonna have to do that.
You don't want us back in the street, clapping the heat. That's right. The Sean face with a capital P. The team whack boys trash, say the fuck from me. You a cheat, you get questioned by the police and judge. You fall quick, my whole plate don't even buzz. We drink to keep the sun. No, you can't hit the buzz. You screwing up, what? Bitch don't even buzz. Cause it's a million other chicks that be need love. Aching to be with a dub. Or be close to the club. Electrify the body, them niggas all in the gun. Get done, spin buzz out deep in the club. You ain't fucking with us. You ain't fucking with us. I know what you do. Fuck out of here. We only cool with a few.
Yeah, let me sit there and crew. That ain't like this. Right.
Fuck out of here. This thing going for the floor. You show me the door. Fuck out of here. That shit whack. Fucking with that. Fuck out of here. If I don't want to smoke it for 20, fuck out of here. If you out of here, want to shoot for fighting, fuck out of here. Trying to wipe you up. Going wide in the streets, fuck out of here. You nothing like stuff big, fuck out of here. All my niggas done the big, fuck out of here. That street media, fuck out of here. Salute the man, salute the Sosa, fuck out of here. To the engineer and rock, fuck out of here. Rest in peace, Sean P, fuck out of here. Bernadette and Rim, fuck out of here. Monster Nation and Short Shot, fuck out of here. Savage Turn, Savage Tuesdays and Thursdays, fuck out of here. On Wednesday, under 10, fuck out of here. We do interviews, fuck out of here. You ain't doing what you. I know what you can do. Fuck out of here. We only cool with a few. It's only love for the crew. And homie, it ain't true. Fuck out of here. The same goal for the broads. If y'all ain't loving the lords, then let me show you the door. Fuck out of here. That shit whacking with the same fucking with that. Fuck out of here. Go, I'm giving it up. Fuck out of here. Fucking man, Wednesday tonight at 10 p.m. 420 bacon face off. You know how we do it. Unscripted shit, you know what I mean? Give it to you raw, baby. Live and direct. All your A-listers, B-listers, D-listers. Come on! A to Z-listers. That's how we give it up, man. If you nobody, gonna make you somebody. I'm saying? Fuck out of here.